Hi, this is Laura Howard, otherwise known as Flynn, on the up-and-coming film Pandorica, and you're about to listen to Chris Gordon on Ramblings of a Hellblazer.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, my listeners, wherever you may be. This is Chris Gordon. Once again, you are tuned in to Ramblings of a Hellblazer. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you so much for your support. It's absolutely phenomenal, as always. Today, I bring to you no less than someone from the new movie Pandorica, a British sci-fi horror which is coming out in April this year. This young lady who has a full zest for life, and as you will find out, very, very funny, plays the character of Flynn. So without further ado, I shall introduce you to Miss Laura Howard. Okay, so good evening everyone. I'm here with Laura Marie Howard, who stars in Pandorica, which is an upcoming British sci-fi / horror film due out in April, I believe. We've already spoken to Tom, Luke and Mark, the director and a couple of the other actors. So tonight we have Laura Marie. So good evening, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thanks. You?
Yeah, not too bad. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. It's an absolute pleasure.
You're welcome. As you know, we've got some questions just to go through here and just try and get some information out of you to find out a bit more about you, and as much as we can about Pandorica that we're allowed to talk about.
That you'll be able to get out of me, yeah.
That I'll be able to get out of you, yeah. Cool. So who or what inspired you to become an actor? Because I know that's not something you've done much with, because you're a performer, aren't you?
Yeah. Primarily, like, my main job is performing. I mean, it was actually the other day that I remembered this, and I've not remembered this since I was little.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I got into acting was I must have been about 6 years old, and I had one of those gardens, backs onto someone else's garden.
Yeah.
And on the opposite side was this really lovely old couple who had a swimming pool.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, being 6, I wanted to go in their swimming pool. So I used to sit on the wall every day in the hot summer and be like, oh, it's so hot. I wish there was a pool that I could swim in. So that they'd let me come in. And it turned out that they ran the local sort of Amdram company in the village.
All right.
And I think to, try and keep me out of trouble, because I was known for being a little bit of a troublemaker around the village, they came up with an agreement that I could use their pool if I went and took, some of the classes at their Amdram and was part of their production.
Yeah.
And I just remember going and thinking, like, it was something I was never going to enjoy, but I really wanted to get in that pool because, summer pool, envy of all my friends. And I just remember the opening night and just being on that stage, and it was just like, whoa, like, what? People actually do this? Like, you can actually do this as a job? And then, it was from that moment I literally I fell in love with acting, and that was it. I wanted to be an actress. I didn't want to be anything else. And to the amazement of my mother, I used to absolutely terrorise her with all my my different little acting scenes around the house and stuff like that. But it grew from there, really. And then I realised you could do films and come into amazing worlds, and it was just, that was it. The fire was set and nothing was ever going to match up, really.
Cool. It's quite ironic you talk about fire, because I'm looking at the picture you got of his profile where you're spitting fire and breathing. Is it you swallow fire as well? Looking at that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I promise you, I'm normal. Yeah. My main job is that I breathe and swallow fire and burn myself, and try not to burn the audience, really.
I've always been impressed with acts like that one and yours, and how you do that, because that's pretty impressive, to be fair. It doesn't have to be normal for that. That's not a bad feature and a bad trick and skill to have, should I say?
Yeah, it's an interesting skill. It's always a bit awkward when you try to tell people what you do. Always come across a little bit insane. Like, yeah, I just play with fire for a living. It's normal, I promise. But I mean, yeah, there's people out there doing it that still amaze me, and I've been doing it for about 5-6 years now.
Right.
And I mean, there's people out there that I watch their skills with breathing, and I'm just like, whoa, like, how is that physically possible? And I do it.
Well, that must be impressive then, if you think that of them.
Yeah. They're also the type of people, I wouldn't get on the wrong side of, just in case they do burn me.
Yeah, I'm quite glad I'm sitting where I am at the moment, just in case I ask something untoward.
Oh, that's fine. I only burn people in extreme circumstances.
Cool. Fair enough. That'll be a question I'll put in for later as well then. So what kind of roles would you aspire to be? Would it either in film, theatre, TV? Have you done much theatre work as well, or?
I did a lot of theatre work when I was younger. I do love the theatre, but I feel I sort of grew out of it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Found more challenges in sort of TV and film.
Okay.
I mean, this is obviously like, I mean, I've been an extra for a couple of years now and been, sat and watched all the professionals and watched how they do stuff, and I've learned so much from it. I mean, this is my first actual proper film acting role.
Yeah.
Which was a bit terrifying, really. But I mean, there's so much that I inspire to do and to learn, and I'm happy to still keep doing my extra stuff because, I mean, how else are you going to be on set watching people like Brad Pitt, and you can learn so much from them. True.
I'm sure that's probably not the only reason that most people would be jealous that you're on with Brad Pitt.
Yeah, do you know what? I didn't find him as attractive as I thought I would.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm like, yeah.
There you go, Brad. Ha!
Sorry, Brad.
All right, fair enough. So yeah, so you've done extra work. So what kind of other extras work have you done in there? What other kind of films have you sort of been an extra on, or TV shows have you been an extra on?
I've been an extra on quite a few TV shows. A lot of it is booked for my circus performing.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's a rare talent in the extra world.
I can imagine.
I've done Don't Tell the Bride, which was really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It was an awkward experience, to be honest, because I felt so bad for the couple.
Right.
But mainly her, because it was her wedding day.
Yeah.
It really wasn't what she wanted.
Oh.
So I felt so bad for that. But, I mean, I've done a couple of films.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a film that's coming out this year called She Who Brings Gifts.
Right.
That has, like, Gemma Ardenton and that lot in it.
Oh, I like her. Sorry.
No,
said that out loud.
She's the loveliest person going. She really is. She really looked after me. Like, felt so sorry for me, bless her. I was like, oh, so sweet. Like, you're not horrible like I thought celebrities were. But I mean, that was my first ever big production film, and it absolutely terrified me because I didn't realise how big things can be. Like, there was about 180 people, and I was like, whoa! What?
Yeah. Just totally, took you by surprise.
Yeah, definitely took me by surprise. I was completely shell-shocked at that one.
Cool. I guess it would be, I mean, going back, I think I've been an extra once. Well, I don't think, I know I was an extra once. And that was with Michael Sheard. Remember him, Mr. Bronson from Grange Hill?
I think I'm a little bit too young for Grange Hill.
Oh, cheers, thanks for that. Right, okay. Star Wars, Admiral Ozzel from The Empire Strikes Back.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's for people. Yeah, you can look him up after and realise, that I'm totally old. But I used to do World War II reenactment, and then I did Vietnam reenactment. That's a long story for another day, which is not for today. But the World War II reenactment one, obviously we did... I will stress straight away that I did this for historical reasons because I was interested in learning about the history side of things. But I was played a German soldier in the history, and part of that was we got chosen to be extras in a film called Hitler of the Andes, which was based about when Hitler didn't die and he escaped and fled for Argentina at the end of the war. So they were just exploring that theory. It was a damn good theory, to be honest, and came out fully believing it, but as you do. But Michael Sheard was on there, so I was just like this little German soldier in the background. And that was my acting ability. But again, I was quite surprised at how much goes into it with crew behind the scenes and everything, like you've just explained. What you see on screen isn't necessarily, or is definitely not the extent of a film set and film crews and stuff. So yeah, I can fully sympathise there. It's an eye opener.
Definitely more that goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's quite obvious, and a silly question from me, which I shall edit out. Okay, but yeah, that's going back to that. So you can understand all that kind of extras work, and it kind of leads you up, and say, to your first role in a film which you've got this year. Before I go on to that, I am going to ask you about. Can you describe more about your circus work? Because that really does intrigue me. Because obviously, I've been to the circus many times. Enjoyed all the acts, and you do have a unique one. So come on, elaborate for me some more.
So yeah, I mean, I got into circus for the pure fact that I was terrified to become an actress.
Mm-hmm.
The whole idea of going to auditions petrified me.
Right.
And I tried normal life, and it really didn't work. I got fired from every job within 2 weeks. Like,
so I shouldn't be laughing at that. Sorry.
Oh, it's just horrible. I think that the longest I lasted was about 2 weeks in one job. In one job, I lasted an hour.
Bloody hell, that's impressive.
Yeah. So it was clear to me that I wasn't made for the normal world. And I met someone who happened to do a little bit of fire,
mm-hmm.
and she was like, you know, you can have a job out of this. And I was just like, whoa, like, come on, this is like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of got out of hand.
Okay.
I mean, I loved it because it's meant that I can stay performing and I can still kind of be acting because I have different characters that I become from my different skills.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I couldn't have imagined a better job. I mean, there's stuff that I've done that I never would have dreamed that I would ever have got the chance to do. And I've worked with so many amazing artists.
Yeah.
And, travelled the world with basically a job that entails me being a child and playing with dangerous equipment.
Sounds pretty decent.
Yeah, I'm not going to compare. I mean, it has its downs. Like, you're always skint. You're always tired.
Yeah.
You've always got some injury going on that no one feels sorry for you because it's self-inflicted. But, I mean, the ups just completely outwipe the downs. So I absolutely love it. I think it's one of those things that I'll be doing way into my 50s. Sat in a nightclub with a bit of fire.
Have you ever burnt yourself as you're putting the fire down your throat or anything like that? Word that carefully.
Yeah, I've had quite a few burns and injuries. A lot of costumes have been set alight. Hair's been set alight a few times.
Mm-hmm.
I did get, which was my own personal fault, I was very naughty, and I did maybe perform once with a little bit of alcohol in me, which I'm not supposed to do, and I gave myself something called black lung.
Right.
Which is where you burn yourself from the inside out.
Ow.
Yeah, that was a painful one that I definitely learned from.
Yeah. Yeah, don't drink and drive. Don't drink and smoke. Don't drink and play for fire.
Yeah, I learned from that one, and to say it's never happened again.
Fair enough. That sounds pretty nasty, actually. How long did it take to recover from that, then?
It took a good sort of 4 to 5 weeks to sort of feel better. I was supposed to be resting, but I mean, I'm just terrible at resting. I can't stay still. So was back up performing the next night.
Oh dear.
Yeah. which probably didn't help my recovery time, to be honest. It probably made it a lot worse and longer.
Yeah, I'd say that would be a pretty sure thing that but I suppose if it's something you love and you want to get back up there, and you're still doing it now, so obviously it didn't hurt that much.
A little bit of pain you put through it, don't you? I can't. I don't know what there's about it. When someone, like, if someone asks me to go out on a normal night out, I'll be like, no, I want to stay in bed.
Yeah.
If someone's like, do you want to come work at this job? Like, you can come set things alight and staple yourself and do this. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm straight there.
Okay. Just put the little warning alerts out for you now.
I am normal.
Yeah. You keep saying that, Laura.
I have a sweet side, I promise.
Oh, God. Okay, so... Are you excited to be a part of Pandorica?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Nah, not really. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm absolutely over the moon to be part of it. Like, when I first came on to this project, the script alone just blew me away. I couldn't put it down. And then when I came on, I don't think any of us had any idea as to how amazing this could be. And to see the fan base behind it growing and see the film itself growing is absolutely amazing. I'm quite sad I'm not back, I'm missing the filming days of being back in the tribe and in that forest. Not so much missing the forest, but...
Yeah, I got what you mean.
It's...
The atmosphere.
To get the opportunity that Tom's given me is just insane. To be a nobody, and all credit to him to put up with what I was like in the auditions, because I was a nervous wreck. So for him to have given me an opportunity to be part of something that truthfully I think is just gonna blow up even bigger. I think people are really gonna love this.
Yeah.
It's just what he's done with it, and what the rest of the cast and crew have done is just phenomenal.
All right, awesome, cool. So what was it like working for Tom then, as a director?
Do you want the nice version, or...?
Well, I've spoken to some of the others and Tom himself, so yeah, just feel free.
Just let it all go.
Yeah.
No, Tom's lovely. I still don't believe he's 30. I still believe he's lying on that fact. But he's absolutely lovely. He's really funny. He made us all feel so comfortable.
Yeah.
I think he really is going places. He was great with directions and shouting things at me and telling me where I was supposed to be when I wasn't there. And taking the mickey. But he's a really nice guy. He really is. I don't think we could have asked for a better director, and for the fact that how quickly he wrote the script as well. He's just been amazing.
Oh yeah, he told me, I think it's a 12-month turnaround from it being absolutely nothing to having the script written to getting the film released.
Yeah, I can't believe how quick everything's gone.
Yeah.
It's just insane being half the stuff that I did when I was an extra still hasn't been released.
Yeah.
Which was months before I even went in for the audition for this. And now that this is nearly coming out and it's just whoa, what? I'm not ready.
Cool. No, it sounds great. It's picked up a lot of momentum as well. You can see that all over this, social media. It's gone absolutely mental. So many people are looking forward to watching the film and for its release and coming to I think the Sci-Fi Weekender in March and Comic Cons in Liverpool to meet everyone and see all that. It looks really, really good. So there's a lot of anticipation, or in the words of Frankenfurter, anticipation. Yeah, I'm rubbish. See, I'd never make a Frankenfurter. Yeah, you should not go there. I've not seen it before, but we'll see. Cool. So what was it like working? I know you had to work all out in the elements as well, so I guess everyone came to you for starting the fire.
I mean, yeah, I did stay around the fire quite a lot. I was quite drawn to it for some reason.
Yeah, odd, really.
But, I mean, just ask any others what it was like for me in the elements. It was interesting. I mean, I don't deal with the cold very well anyway.
Right.
Working night shoots is obviously not the greatest when you don't deal with the cold.
Yeah.
I mean, credit to the team. You know, they were on top of stuff. It was quite hard for myself because, I mean, Spike Toombs, who's our costume designer, who's done a fantastic job with the costumes. I mean, he really showed his skills there. And everyone's costumes were amazing.
Yeah, cool.
My costume's quite thin.
Right.
And I do get quite jealous of other people's costumes at times, just because I was like, mine's really thin and yours is quite thick and warm.
Yeah, and you're sat there freezing.
And yeah, you know, I froze. There was quite a few times, you know, where I happened to be on the floor. And when you're lying on a cold, muddy floor at 2:30 in the morning and you're freezing,
Yeah.
it's not the best. But you know, you learn to push through it. It was one of those of, while we were taking a take, I just wouldn't notice it, and then as soon as the take's over, start shivering, everyone run at me, throw coats, throw hot water bottles, everything, just to try and keep me warm. I mean, I think we got through like 8 hot water bottles.
Oh, right.
Someone kept trying to, they just kept magically disappearing. Don't quite know why.
God, that's quite a fair amount of water bottles. I was in the, sorry, I know, relate a story again. It was, when I was at uni, I was in the OTC, the TA type thing and it was pretty good, but there's a few weekends there where we had to go down to Senny Bridge and the Brecon Beacons, and I'd always distinctly remember one night, and it was like that because I didn't put much on clothing underneath my combats, and the rain was horizontal. It was freezing cold, and we were standing on guard and pretty much came down with hypothermia. I mean, the other guy sat down, stood next to me, was standing on guard, and it was just like an episode of Blackadder. It really was something really stupid, because he just stood there and he looked at me. I looked at him, and he's there, and he goes, he goes, oh, I just need the toilet, I really need to go to the loo. As we just stood there, you know, a bit longer, and he goes, because he was so cold, he just couldn't get anywhere and move, and I was just looking at him, and I tried to feign disgust on my face, but I was like frozen solid as well, that my face didn't move. And they had to sort of, both of us, because we were out there in the horizontal, they had to sort of put us in 3 or 4 sleeping bags in the tent, and then have everybody sleep around us to keep the warmth down.
I'm glad my experience wasn't like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that sticks with me just for that moment of, you know, I really need the loo, then, it's just like, right, okay.
Yeah, no, definitely was never cold enough to warrant doing that to myself on set.
Yeah, it wasn't me, by the way. It was this other guy.
It was a friend.
Yeah, James Evans. Yeah, I don't know him anymore. He's not going to listen to this, so I'll name him James Evans. It was you.
You know, the secret, James.
Yeah. So, what was kind of the funniest thing that happened to you on set, without giving any spoilers away, if that's possible?
I mean, there was quite a few funny things. I mean, blessed to Mark Zammit, who obviously you had in your show. Mm-hmm. He's just such a sweet, simple guy.
Yeah.
He created so many laughs on set. He really did. He always managed to put everyone in the best of spirits with his little questions. I mean, everyone's sort of like, it was just generally quite a funny set.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, like, there was a few bits that I didn't find funny, but apparently everyone else found hilarious. We were working when we were up in the Lake District for that week, I wasn't actually having to film, so I was working on the crew side.
Yeah.
So I didn't get the nice posh hotel like the cast got. I'd sleep in a tent. And the weather wasn't the greatest up in the Lake District.
Yeah.
And my tent got flooded.
Right.
My phone got destroyed. I was soaked. I was freezing. I had no sleep. And I was just, I turned Mardy. Like, I was just like, no. And everyone else found that quite funny.
Yeah, I can probably see why on both sides.
Yeah. But, I mean, no. I mean, I can laugh at it now that my phone's back working.
Yeah.
And I'm dry. But, I mean, it was just a funny set. Everyone kept everyone's spirits up. But at the same point, you know, everyone was just so professional and knew when to shut up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Luke who told me. It might not, I might be wrong, and I might be thinking of someone else, but I'm pretty sure he said there was times when you just had to stand people in different corners because you just couldn't look at each other.
Yeah, there was a few times like that. You know what it's like when you get the giggles.
Yeah.
That's it, you know, all hell breaks loose. And it was quite funny because you'd always try to take a take and one of us would be off to the toilet somewhere and Mark would just be wandering around the woods doing whatever he was doing, trying to get in his character, which was always quite funny to watch sometimes.
Probably quite scary as well.
It was always interesting. But yeah, there were a few times where it was like, oh, I'm gonna giggle, don't look at anyone.
Cool.
The trouble is, it's when you go into the serious phase from having a laugh, and you go into the serious phase, and that just makes you laugh even more.
Yeah. We kind of found that just before. So just explain. We were having our little chat beforehand. Yeah, we just it took quite a while to sort of put a serious face on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can imagine when you're on film, it must be quite hard as well, and obviously frustrating for the director when he's just got a bunch of people who just can't keep a straight face. That's why I'd probably be no good in that scenario, because I'm a real giggler, and I'll just start chuckling away at the slightest little thing, and it won't stop.
It was quite hard. There has been a couple of times. There's a couple of takes where I've caught contact with one of the guys and I've gone to go for giggles, so I've just had to hide my head, sort of in my arms or in the leaves or something, and just not look, because otherwise, you know, I might break into laughter and then have to do another take.
Fair enough. Learning your secrets here now.
All the professional stuff.
Oh yeah. So what was the scare? Well, that's what I want, you know. Keep it open, get the good stuff out. What was the scariest moment? Was there a scary moment?
I mean, I'm petrified of the dark.
Oh dear.
Absolutely petrified.
Well, that kind of wouldn't have gone down well when you're filming at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, being in the woods in the dark wasn't the greatest thing for me, because my mind did constantly play tricks on me, and there was a couple of occasions where there was lights and I thought it was beasts coming to get me.
Okay. Was that after some drink, or?
No, completely sober. You know, when you're hiding in the woods, you're just like, oh my god, something's going to come kill me.
Well, yeah, I suppose every little sound and every noise, every little shadow moving, that's it. Then it's like, you know, you've got a big bad bear coming out.
Yeah, it literally got like that. But I mean, I'd say, like, you know, luckily no one did kill me. No beast came and attacked me.
Sorry, I know I burst out laughing then as well. I was thinking, it just flashed in my mind then of Monty Python, a big nasty rabbit with big pointy teeth. Sorry, it's just crap. That's just got me. When you're talking about that, for some reason that just flashed into my mind.
There was a couple of times where I thought, you know, something like that might come kill me.
Rabbit. Oh god, right. Tell me about Squishy the dog, I bet you wish you had Squishy the dog with you when you were filming, because I've just noticed I've got a scene you tagged me on Instagram. It popped up on my... There's a picture of you with Squishy the dog.
Yeah, Squishy the dog. Squishy the dog was actually bought for me for Christmas by one of my housemates as a little companion for at night time, so I don't get scared.
Oh, bless.
And he sits with Jedward the rapey sloth, who was bought for me by one with Jed, who was second AD, I think he was on the film.
Right.
And they sit above my four-poster bed, and they're there to protect me at night time, which I know sounds really weird. And as I set up the computer today to talk, Squishy decided he was going to come and join. And
Okay.
he would actually stay up where he's supposed to be now.
Right, okay, cool.
So I'm actually currently cuddling him.
Awesome. Oh, sweet. Where's You'll have to put an Instagram of was it Rapey the sloth?
Jedward the rapey sloth.
Jedward the rapey sloth. Is that based on that meme that goes round?
Yeah, that was on set. I kind of had a huge fascination with it on set. I found out about it, and had to make sure that everyone knew about it on set. I found it absolutely hilarious how, they do look like it. The obsession's kind of got a little bit weird, and now everyone keeps sending me sloth stuff.
Right, okay.
Got quite a few things of sloth now.
That's got to say though, sloth's a lovely animal. There's some at Chester Zoo near me, and they just sit there and they stare, and they're lovely, but they're creepy. There's a little baby one again. I'll have to show you. I think share a picture with you. I saw it today, and it was about a little baby sloth. It says baby sloth knows when he's lost where he needs to go, and he was just sat there hugging a little post like that, going.
That's the thing. That's what I love about them. That they're creepy but so cute at the same time.
Yeah.
And the fact that, I learned a fact about them the other day, which made me realise that I might possibly be a sloth. That they have no predators. Their only death is themselves. When they're hanging upside down, often they end up grabbing their own arm instead of the tree.
Right.
And to their deaths. Which I kind of happen to do on my aerial hoop quite a bit.
Sorry, I'm actually dying here.
Might be a sloth in a previous life.
See, now I've just got a picture, so you're on your hoop and you just grab your arm instead of the hoop and just fall.
Yeah, I do it quite a bit. It's not a fun moment.
Have you not learnt yet? to not do
I
that?
would, but surprisingly no.
You've not done that on a show by any chance, have you?
There has been one show where I did it, yeah.
Oh no. Was there a lot of ooh from the audience?
I managed to sort of catch myself at the last second.
God, that was lucky
I made
enough.
it look like a really impressive drop, like I was supposed to do it.
Awesome. How far up were you?
I wasn't too far up actually, because I could grab my hoop. I just literally had to jump a little bit to grab it. So it wasn't like I had a massive fall, but
Right.
yeah, it was one of those. Oh, crud! That's not the hoop.
Yeah, then I totally agree with people, and that you probably a sloth in a former life.
Yeah.
That's just a fact I didn't know now, you see, and I was just dying with laughter when you were talking about that. I just never knew that they just grabbed their arms instead of a tree. How thick can you be?
It's the best thing I think I've ever learned.
It's Darwinism at its finest.
It beats everything. It beats any evolution for the fact that their only death is themselves, yet they're still around.
Exactly. How?
Just proving how awesome they are.
Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to look at sloths in a whole new light now. You'll have to Instagram a picture of them though. I've seen you got Squishy up there, so we'll have to look at the other one as well.
To put up Jedward.
Yeah. Please don't tell me you named him Jedward because of that duo, that horrendous
Yeah.
duo. Oh.
He's got hair like them as well.
Oh dear. You can probably sing better than them as well. Oops, did I say that?
Wait, they can sing?
I thought it was just squawking and squealing, to be honest, but... Cool. Have you got anything else in the pipe? Going back to serious note. If we can. Have you got anything else in the pipeline at all? Anything coming up? You mentioned before that you've got a few things that have not come out yet, which...
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things that haven't come out, which will be exciting because they're sort of my first things to do, mainly in film. So I'll be excited, like, when I see them. Especially one because I'm in complete army gear.
Right.
And it's very interesting because you can clearly see that I don't belong there because I'm next to loads of 6-foot-odd guys and I'm 5'4". And my gun's bigger than I am.
Private Benjamin.
Yeah, that one will be interesting when it comes out. I mean, mainly like next, I'm just going to keep having fun, seeing what's out there, seeing where I can take everything. I mean, I hope that I can turn, this acting into even more.
Mm-hmm.
But, I'm just taking it at a time, and I'm just enjoying everything at the moment. I mean, it's still not gone in that I've done Pandorica.
Yeah.
So now it's just, that needs to sink in, I think, before I can accept something else.
Well, yeah, true. And when that does hit, it's going to obviously highlight you even more as well. So.
Well, I hope so, yeah. And I mean, I hope to do many more projects with Tom. I mean, I think this can go in so many different ways. Yeah. You can have prequels, sequels, everything.
Mm-hmm. I think he did mention, you can say that, I'm sure he said he's talked about a sequel already. Tom did. I'm not giving anything away. He started to write one already, so that'd be pretty, so
yeah.
The opportunity and potential. I won't get you to say that, I'll say it, I'll be the one in trouble. But he said it on his interview, so he's he said it on his interview, it's out there.
It wasn't me.
It was Tom, blame him. So so anyone who wants to listen, went on mute. Anyone who wants to listen to Tom, you can hear him say that before crucifying me for it. All right, no, that sounds brilliant. It's obviously it sounds like a great experience that you have had, and wish you all the best with it. With all with going ahead. It's going to hit in April, isn't it? March or April, I think. Pandorica.
Yeah, so it goes on its little tour in March where we're doing some of the Comic-Cons and Sci-Fi Weekender in Wales.
Yeah.
And
I'll be going to that one.
I absolutely love Sci-Fi Weekender. I realise my true geek there.
I've never been because been in I live in Prestatyn and it's usually in Pontins in Prestatyn, which is about a mile from my house, and I've never ever been.
How have you never been? It is amazing.
I think it's because it was. I desperately wanted to go, but they were at the time they were charging like £400 for 4 days, and I was like, I live a mile away. I don't need to stay over.
Stay in an awesome caravan
At Pontins.
But you kind of forget it's Pontins.
Yeah, I suppose the caravans might be a bit better than the chalets that I've heard really bad rumours. Oh god, I've probably just slagged off Pontins, haven't I? I'll delete that bit.
We secretly love you, Pontins.
Yeah. But no, the weekend does seem to be a great one. You get everyone coming down. I've seen so many people dressing up and stuff, so it does look like an awesome one. And
it's absolutely amazing. Like, people's costumes are just insane.
Yeah.
You can proper get, your geek on there and feel normal about it.
Yeah, you said you do performing at a lot of them as well, don't you?
Yeah, I've worked a couple of them. That's where I realised how geeky I was. When you're walking around on your stilts with other performers,
mm-hmm.
They're like asking you questions of who's that, and you know all the answers.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, okay, so I might be into this a little bit more than I thought.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. Bring out the inner geek.
I absolutely love Sci-Fi Weekend. I mean, that you can't ask for a better crowd. They're just so welcoming.
Yeah. That's going to be
Comic-Con though.
Cool. Comic-Con's race. But yeah, so that means the Sci-Fi Winter. Are you coming to the one in March in Pwllheli?
I'm hoping so. I'm just sort of having to check a few things, but yeah, hopefully I should be there.
All right, cool. I know I'll be there for the day to come down. And so Tom actually told me to bring my recording equipment as well, and he said he'll get all of you together, and we'll just do a big joint podcast type.
Look at that.
just for a laugh. So I think that'd be quite funny.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, do a live one from Sci-Fi Weekend and see how that goes.
The cast of Pandorica taking over.
Yeah, I'll just sit back. I mean, no one comes on these to listen to me anyway, so I'll just take a back seat and so they take it over.
Fight for the mic.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Laura. It's been absolutely fascinating, fantastic to talk to you.
Thank you for having me. It's been amazing, and it's not been as bad as I thought.
Thanks. Right, just hang on line for a second. I'll just stop recording now.
Yeah.
What can I say? Thank you so much, Laura and Squishy, for your time. It's been absolutely fantastic talking to you. I hope you all enjoyed that, and it brought a smile to your face. It certainly did to mine. Fantastic lady, fantastic actress, and cannot wait to see Pandorica movie when it comes out in April. So thank you all for your time. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. This is Chris Gordon signing out.